What up, fam? First of all, of course, Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope everybody has a great day. I, of course, work nights, so, I'll be sleeping through Christmas morning. I, unfortunately don't get to go out and hang out with my girlfriend or anything today, but that's okay. Hopefully gonna stop to see my kids for a few minutes, and pardon me if I sound rough, I'm just, but I'm doing very well. A lot of realizations, and they're good ones, so, in any case, haven't been on in a while, lived through the 21st, so, of course, we're still here. Things, aren't much different than they were before. So, wanted to get down to this whole Twiztid situation and what's going on with them, and just kind of go over what's gone on in the last 6-7 days since since I found all this out, started posting shit about it, and since everything went down. Number one, on my whole last video about Twiztid with the whole, did they plan it out or not? For the record, you guys, yeah, I was excited. Yeah, I was being silly about it. Yeah, I was a little crazy, but there is some truth in some of the things I said that it very well could have happened. Now, I loved CPN's debunked video, and he has made a lot of sense too, and I think the truth is that the whole time, the date itself, I truly believe actually says, when I look at it a few times, I think it actually says December 22nd. So, could have been the Mayans, could have not been, could have had nothing to do with anything back then. Just a random, somebody, yeah, there was speculation because Psychopathic made him change the background, so who knows? Who knows? And some of us who believe that might have been the case may still be right. We'll find out. But the thing is, I think what a lot of people have lost sight of in this whole thing in the last week and a half is the passion that Juggalos in general have for Psychopathic in general, the artists that inhabit the label, all those good things. I think the thing that we need to look at most is some of the reactions of people. We've got some that are, fuck Twiztid, they turn their backs on us and all that bullshit. Number one, you're dumbasses if you think that. Then we got this whole fucking Juggalos versus family kids. And, much respect to CPN. I know his opinion. I know why he thinks the way he does. And I'm cool with that. And I completely understand. But for all you motherfuckers that swing from his nuts and act like what he says is gold, he would tell you the same thing. Think for yourselves. Just because CPN said it doesn't make it true. Just like if I say something, that doesn't make it true. It's just my opinion. Does he think that family kids and Juggalos are two different things? Yeah. And I can understand where he's coming from. But in the same aspect, it's not our right or reason to say it. We didn't create this ourselves. So, even, being as old school as both me and CPN are, it is even our right to say who is and who isn't what. But one thing I've noticed, and this is important to this, and I want to point it out, a lot of people might have seen it lately, Scribbles the Juggalo on YouTube here. He comes and goes. He's an interesting guy. He's works out in Colorado, I think was the last place we've seen him, and he does construction and stuff. He used to find some really interesting stuff. Hasn't been online for a while. Then when the whole Twiztid thing went down, he started showing up again. And he talked about being on a hunger strike. And he went 4 days of talking about being on a hunger strike. And it wasn't until Twiztid came back to the label. And then it was no, they just wanted answers from Twiztid. What's going on? Why? The whole debacle. Why it happened. Why everything's going on. And what I started to see was juggalos of all kinds. Saying he was stupid. Saying, what the fuck are you doing? It's just this. It's just that. And what just fucked me up was that they didn't get it. What he was doing. He was showing his passion for this whole thing, for being a juggalo, for psychopathic, for the bands on the label. When you go as long as some of us have, as far as I know, Scribbles has been down for years and years and years. Almost as long as I have. And when you follow something so closely and make it part of your life for so long, Twiztid's been a part of the label for 15 years. And when you make something a part of your life for that long, and it's this important to you, it's part of your cultural feelings and beliefs. When that is shaken up and changed, you're very passionate about it. And I believe at first he was serious about it, but then he realized, I'm not going to be able to do this. But his point was the passion, the love that he has for psychopathic in general, for the artist on psychopathic, for what this means to him, for what being a juggalo means to him. And I think that so many people missed out on that point. And, it just goes back to, like with the whole CPN and the Family Kids thing. CPN speaks his mind, and I respect him for that, and I may not agree with him in some aspects, and I do in others. But the fact is that there are old school juggalos like myself who fully believe in the whole family aspect of being a juggalo, and there are some that don't. And that's just the way it is. I'm not going to down anybody. I'm not going to bag on anybody. I'm not going to put anybody down because that's not my style. I got love for any juggalo. Are there people that look at it and go, well, if you're this person or that person, if you're this way or that way, then that's not me. That's not what I'm associated with. Well, whether you like it or not, yes, it is. There are many aspects to this, and maybe you don't agree with all of them, but you're still a part of it. That's your choice. That's a choice you made. So, I guess what upsets me the most is just the hatred, the bagging on someone because of the way they feel or the way they think. And there are some people out there that do this shit because they think it's cool, because they think that that's the nifty thing to do. Even some people who watch my videos, who watch CPN's videos, and their thought process becomes, the Big Irish and CPN are right. This is exactly how it is. Not always, man. Not always. We're not always right. We don't always know what we're talking about. We're just speaking our minds. With Scribbles and his whole hunger strike thing, so many people were saying some really shitty things. And it's because they didn't get it. They didn't get the passion behind it. They didn't understand what it was. And give me a break. The guy isn't going to fucking starve himself for weeks on end. That's just not going to happen. Not for something like that. But there was a man many years ago, and he went on a hunger strike to protest something. And it completely changed his entire country. And that man was Gandhi. His hunger strike brought freedom to his people, and freedom to his country, and nonviolent, peaceful protest brought them everything they wanted. And it was his passion that made him do that. And that's my point. I'm not comparing Scribbles to Gandhi, nothing like that. But what I'm saying is the passion was there. And that's what this is. That's it. It all boils down to the passion that we have for what we believe and what we see and what we think. You know, there are some of us who this is inked on our skin for life. And we don't do that because it's just a passing phase. We don't do that just because it's a fad. We do it because we believe it. We believe in it. And that's that passion. Even, you know, like I was talking about with CPN stuff and the whole family kids aspect and everything else. Even then, he's still passionate about being a juggalo. And that's what's important. I've rambled on. I hope you guys stick through to the end and listen all the way through. Again, this is not in any way directed towards any specific person. It's not meant to be rude or bagging on anybody. It's just to tell everyone that we are all free thinkers. And even though we are a group of people who have something very much in common that we're passionate about, we're still all individuals. And we don't all think exactly alike. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you see somebody doing something like Scribbles' hunger strike. He wasn't going to starve himself. I'm almost positive of that. But the passion behind what he was implying is what's more important than anything. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. If I don't get a video up right away in the next few days, definitely a Happy New Year as well. Hoping to touch base again soon. What the hell is that on my face? I don't know. But, yeah, just, try to be understanding. That's all we can do. Peace. Much family love.